Hi, welcome back everybody, it's Mike Newton back in the back garden, another episode of our isolation swing tip series, and this particular video we're going to cover the start of the backswing. Some very big mistakes I find a lot of golfers will make is they'll take that club too quickly or too early on that inside, start to swing a little bit around themselves, causes many issues through weight distribution and sort of swing direction when they're on the way back down into that impact. So we're going to cover that topic. We're going to give you a little bit of a drill to sort of work on something you can do at home while you're self-isolating, and hopefully this will help to get your swing off to a good start. Okay, so what the big things I find golfers will make early in the golf swing, it does set a bad trend throughout the whole swing, creates issues through, as I mentioned, maybe weight distribution going through that actual backswing. So typically would see a lot of golfers would pull the club around themselves. You know, the big buzzwords in golf is that in to out swing path to hit that draw, as everybody's sort of striving to do. And I think a lot of golfers will try and do that swing path work through the actual backswing and not the actual downswing. So what I tend to see is they'll, in a bid to try and get that into out swing path, will start to swing the club around like that, and it causes quite a few different issues in the swing. So if I do it face on to you here, and if we move it from around that inside, what it tends to sort of see is that right hip starts to sort of rotate far too early in that backswing. You can see the legs start to sort of buckle a little bit this way. Sometimes then the weight starts to go into that lead leg too much. We sort of get a bit of a reverse sort of pivot movement happening. Sometimes from this side we see the wrist sort of get involved here. We really see the club head flipping and maybe fanning open at this point of the swing, so you can appreciate it causes quite a few issues. As soon as somebody gets a little bit around here, then maybe over rotation of the shoulders, head moves off, and then the room then to get back to that golf ball is then more over the top, and we all know what sort of problems that can actually cause. So getting your swing off in a right direction, in a more neutral direction, massively helps to get more neutral delivery on that downswing. Okay, so how are we actually going to do it? All we're going to need is just a simple sort of chair here. So we're going to stand ourselves to the left hand side of the chair, maybe just sort of set back slightly from the front of the chair, and you can appreciate now, if we're going to make that aggressive around sort of swing there, we're going to obviously make contact with that chair pretty early, aren't we? So really simple idea here is not to make contact with the chair. It's just going to create you to be a little bit more neutral, keep the club out in front of you and the hands in front of you that little bit longer through that takeaway. Obviously at some point in the swing, as you start the upper body rotation, the hands will go behind to finish the swing off, but obviously that's going to happen when you're above the height of this chair. It's really sort of work on this first initial movement to this away from that golf ball. So we're going to move it, keep it in front, then work it up to the top of that backswing. Okay, if we get a little bit too much rotation with the hips, you can see I'm just going to want to make contact with that chair quite early. Now you can make this a little bit harder, so if you know yourself you're very aggressive on that takeaway coming on that inside, then what I would suggest there is just move yourself back that little bit further. So obviously the chair is now a little bit further forward, so it's near your ball to target line, isn't it? So as we set ourselves back there now, then we'll really have to make sure we keep that club head working what will feel probably to you more outside. It gives you a good sensation. So once you got to there, so I'll just clip that chair then. Once you get to sort of there, you can then turn it up to the top of that backswing. Okay, anything that's coming a little bit inside, you're obviously going to knock it very early. So how you set yourself in relation to that chair, you can make it a little bit easier or a little bit harder depending on how severe your movement is around your body as you start that backswing. Okay, so very simple tip there for you guys to do at home in the back garden. Let's get your golf swing off in a good direction, a nice neutral direction. Hopefully then the body can work into some good positions. We can sort of turn and rotate there. We're not making too big a hip movements, too big a sort of weight distribution movements. We can keep ourselves a little bit more neutral and help with that delivery back into that golf ball. Hopefully your ball strikes as well. Okay, if you enjoy the videos and you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Just click that subscribe button. Very much appreciate it. Hopefully we'll catch up with you tomorrow for another swing tip.